breaking news concerning an Israeli spiritual leader who's calling for the Jewish people that's still scattered around the world. He's calling them to come back, to come home. The reason, he says, is because they are preparing. He's saying, move back to Israel to prepare for the imminent arrival of the Messiah. All right, we're talking about it. Let me show you the headline. Right here. Israeli spiritual leader calls for Jews to return to Israel before the planes are too full. Why? Well, it says it right here. I got it starred right there. You have this rabbi, the one that you see in the picture right there, literally saying, he's telling the Jewish people, come home, come to Israel, and prepare for the imminent arrival of the Messiah. The Messiah that they're looking for, the Messiah that they say is imminent, is it going to be Jesus? Or is it going to be the Antichrist first? Let me read it. Wow. All right, let me read this to you. Rabbi Chaim Kanivsky, a leading authority in mainstream ultra-Orthodox Judaism, has been giving clear and unequivocal messages recently that the coming of the Messiah is imminent. He is urging Jews to make Aliyah as soon as possible. Now, the word Aliyah in Hebrew is a verb meaning going up. It refers to immigrating to Israel, which is seen as higher spiritual action that can help herald in the coming of the Messiah. So this rabbi is saying in order for the Messiah to come, he's already going to come imminently, according to the rabbi. Come, Jewish people, come, and he'll come even quicker. It's very interesting. It was reported that the rabbi was presented with a pamphlet written by Rabbi Yitzchak ben Sivi from the city of Nai Barak, dealing with the end of days and many other related prophecies. Rabbi, who's a pillar of the Jewish community and known for his authoritative books on the Torah law, read the pamphlet carefully. After a short consideration, he told those around him that the pamphlet needed to be distributed and that Jews living outside of Israel should return to their ancestral land. In yet another instance of Rabbi's call for Aliyah, author Rabbi Yekushio Fish revealed advice that was given to his cousin, a teacher at a prominent Lakewood yeshiva who visited Israel recently, and went to Rabbi Kanivsky to receive a blessing at the end of his visit. The rabbi told him that he should not leave Israel because the Messiah would be arriving very soon. The teacher responded that he had 700 students waiting for him in Lakewood. Rabbi Kanivsky told him that he must bring all of the students to Israel. Upon his arrival in Lakewood, the story spread quickly, creating quite an impression on the students who all revere Rabbi Kanivsky. After a lifetime of immersing himself in classical Jewish texts, Rabbi Kanivsky's study partner informed various media sites that the rabbi is talking about the Messiah all the time. Since last summer's war in Gaza, the rabbi has been spreading this message of imminent return. In one instance, Rabbi Kanivsky instructed a Jew from Argentina who asked for a blessing that he should gather your family, quote, and come to Israel. Otherwise, there won't be enough room for you on the airplanes. Wow. When asked about the timing of the Messiah's arrival, Rabbi Kanivsky answered at the end, check this out, check this out, check this out. When asked about the timing of the Messiah's arrival, Rabbi Kanifsky answered, at the end of the sabbatical year. I didn't even read that far. I'm with you on this. Did you get that? At the end of the sabbatical year, that's September 12, 2015. We are in a sabbatical year. We're in what's called the year of the Shemitah. It's a sabbatical year. And the end of the sabbatical year is not the end of our calendar year. Our calendar year is December 31st, 2015. The end of the sabbatical year is September 12th, 2015. What is he talking about? He is saying, now this is the rabbi. I'm just reading what he's quoted as stating. This guy right here. Somebody's playing. Who's playing around? Who's got jokes? This is crazy. What? Several people have asked the rabbi to verify this. Yeah. And he has given the same answer each time. This year is a sabbatical year. And it is. It's the year of the Shemitah. And it will be ending the 29th day of Elul. And it is. The 29th day of Elul is September 12, 2015. Which, check this out, by the Gregorian calendar falls on Saturday, September 12th, 2015. This is crazy stuff. Do you even believe me? Let me just outline it. Hold on. Do I have a highlighter? Somebody's like, come on, this is just too much. I'm with you. I am with you. What is going on? Where are they? They're expecting Messiah to arrive September 12, 2015. Jesus said no one will know the day nor the hour. We got a rabbi calling out the day. He may have put the hour out. I'm not sure. So this cannot be Jesus, the Messiah. This cannot be Yeshua HaMashiach. Because Jesus said no one will know the day or the hour. So this must be either error, right? Or the unveiling of the lawless one, the Antichrist. Let me show you. This is what it's. I'm just reading to you. Listen, I'm reading to you word for word. This is the part that made me stand up. Let me do this here. Forgive me, my friends. There you go. Try to read it backwards here. When asked about the timing of the Messiah's arrival, Rabbi Kanifsky answered at the end of the sabbatical year. Several people have asked the rabbi to verify this, and he has given the same answer each time. This year is the sabbatical year, and it will be ending on the 29th day of Elul, which, by the Gregorian calendar, falls on Saturday, September 12th, 2015. I mean, this is crazy stuff. What are we talking about here? This rabbi is respected. This is not just some guy, who's on the Mount of Olives claiming to be Jesus or somebody. No, he's a respected rabbi in the nation of Israel. Let me continue reading this. In answer to Rabbi Kanifsky's call, the Jews of France have begun to arrive in Israel in blessed droves. People are heeding his word. Because, there are Israelites all over the world. And they come in different nationalities. There's French Israelites. He mentioned Argentinian Israelites. There's black Israelites. There's obviously Jewish Israelites. There's light skin, dark skin. They come in all the nationalities. There's Kenyan Israelites, Egyptian Israelites, Israelites that live in Germany. They're all over. Here in the U.S., obviously. The impetus is certainly a reaction to increasing anti-Semitic and Islamic-fueled violence across Europe. after the horrific terror attack at Paris 6 months ago. Okay, we're not going to, we already know about all that. But they said, well, let me touch on it. After the attack that happened in Paris at the kosher market 6 months ago, you had Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, putting out a call, telling the Jewish people that lived in France to come home, to be protected, because of the attack, the terror attack that happened at the kosher market over in Paris. And he was criticized for it. They were saying, why are you telling them to leave? Well, we can protect them here in France. And Netanyahu's basically saying, if you could, they wouldn't have been attacked. You know, Netanyahu believes he's been chosen for such a time as this to keep the Israeli people as protected as possible by the mighty hand of God. I'll say this, I don't agree with Netanyahu on everything, that's for sure, but I believe that he has been placed in his position strategically by the mighty hand of God to protect the nation of Israel as best and as long as possible. Because if he wasn't there, the elections just passed this past March, and he got reelected by the grace of, I'm telling you, it was by the mighty hand of God, because you had Obama sending his team that got him reelected in 2012 from the U.S., sent over to the nation of Israel, working for the opposition of Netanyahu to try to oust Netanyahu and get the opposition party in. And if they would have been in, we probably would have seen Jerusalem already cut in two. We would have already seen a peace agreement. Because the opposition parties that were going up against Netanyahu was like, yeah, we could do a peace agreement. We could cut Jerusalem in two. We could give out everything. We could, you know, we want our houses too. We give you that. I mean, they're willing to give everything. So, again, by the mighty hand of God and by the plan of God, Netanyahu is there. I know by the Spirit of the Lord that he's there to keep the nation of Israel as protected and as together as long as possible. Now, it's eventually, I have to say this, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, Israel will be attacked. There will be war. It's in the Bible, Zechariah chapter 12 and 14. Jerusalem will be cut in two. That's biblical. It's in the book of Daniel, the book of Amos, the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 1 and 2. So all that's going to happen, but you can see that the Lord is... He's long-suffering. That's what he is. And we should be very grateful for that. So we have... them anticipating the Messiah. We have rabbis in the nation of Israel anticipating the Messiah. And listen, that is not bad, right? That's a good thing if they're anticipating the Messiah, right? I mean, it's praise be to God if they're anticipating the Messiah. The thing is, I don't think that they're anticipating Yeshua HaMashiach. This Messiah, along with the other, this Rabbi Chaim, along with the other rabbis, they are expecting, again, and I quote, the imminent arrival of the Messiah. To them, it's not his second coming. To them, it's the first time. To them, they've been waiting. Even when Jesus came, they didn't believe he was a Messiah. They said, no, our Messiah is not coming in riding on a donkey. Our Messiah is not going to be crucified on the cross like some sheep, you know, like some sacrificial lamb. Our Messiah is not going to come that way. They rejected Jesus. Now, we have a lot of Messianic believers. So please, let me make sure I'm saying this so that nobody starts writing me emails. I know we have Messianic believers. We have Messianic believers that tune into this broadcast, and I'm grateful, and I'm blessed, and I'm honored. However, there is a large population of Jewish people that really believe that Jesus is not the Messiah. They are really looking forward to what this rabbi says, the imminent arrival of the Messiah, the first time that he's coming. And it's not going to be Yeshua HaMashiach. It's going to be the Antichrist that they're going to be welcoming in.